Now, before I begin, I'd like to share and link you all to some other cool guys here on YouTube that have made similar videos about Jordan and spirit science in general. I'll link them down in the description box for you all to enjoy. Firstly, we have the Fantastic Skeptic, who had made a few videos about Jordan on his Welcome to Jesus Land series. Second, we have TheMessianicManic with his Dumber Than Funniest video. Thirdly, we have CoolHardLogic with his brilliant parody of a spirit science video. I really do recommend it and check it out. And last but not least, we have the one and only Mortimer81, who's made 18 videos about the spirit science channel as of now. Also, I do apologize if we both may sound a bit similar, Mortimer and me. Since both of us are Swedish, we tend to have a distinct accent. Now, with all of that out of the way, let us now begin Spirit Science Session 1, Thoughts.
Can you feel it? A sort of anticipation growing stronger and stronger?
Can't say I do, but please, do continue.
Something big is about to happen. You can see signs of it all over the world.
Okay. What exactly is it, Jordan?
Revolutions rapidly spreading across the Middle East, protests occurring in America and Europe. Earthquakes are devastating the world, like in Japan, Myanmar, and Greece. The global economy is failing so hard that it looks like we're looking forward into a global recession, the likes of which makes the 30s look like a cakewalk.
Yeah, because it's not like we experience these things over and over throughout history. Things like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and of course this. Oh, right.
Mind, body, spirit. This is the sacred trinity that allows us life on Earth.
Says who? No scientist that I ever heard of, that's for sure.
Without even one of these three, we could not function properly.
And how would you know that?
Yet, in today's world, we only really truly understand two of the three. We have scientifically mapped the mind and the body. We understand next to every aspect about each of them. Yet, what do we really know about the spirit, the soul? What is it? Where does it come from?
Now, this is just a small nitpick. However, Jordan keeps using the skull of Yorick throughout this video, and it's frankly quite annoying, since it seems like he doesn't know how that scene's supposed to work. But I digress.
For centuries, religions have been the primary source for answers pertaining to the soul, but they're not concrete. Many different religions have a different answer and ideas about how things work on this level. Recently, however, a discovery was made, which led to new discoveries and further discoveries. These incredible insights went largely unnoticed by the global community, and while governments and secret services of the world acknowledge them, it wasn't something that really got to the masses. Today, this information is still slowly coming out, and I'm going to share it with you.
So, you say that religion is not concrete, yet you tell people all about your own New Age woo-woo, and claim to have the answers. You can see why I'm hesitant to believe you, can't you, Jordan? Also, nice conspiracy warning there.
In the world of science, what do we really know about thoughts? We know we can measure them. By hooking up scanners, you can measure the frequency that are emitted when you think them. They're measurable, yet there isn't anywhere specific in the brain that holds them. Is it possible that you create your thoughts outside your mind? Maybe not. But is it possible that you create your thoughts into the external world from your mind?
Into the external world from your mind? What?
This is what we're going to talk about today. Have you ever had a moment where you knew exactly what someone else was going to say, about 2 or 3 seconds before they even started talking?
No, not really.
Have you ever met someone that you really got bad vibes from, and your intuition turned out right?
Yeah, sure. However, I also met people who seemed kind of creepy at first, but who later turned out to be a real nice guy. You should not let your intuitions control this all the time, Jordan.
We've all had experiences like these, at least a few times, some many more than others. There are even a few people who can kind of tap into this experience quite easily. I believe one of the terms for it is psychic?
No, Jordan, yes, no. You see, psychics mostly use a technique called cold reading, among other things. And due to the person it's used on, happens to be in a very emotional state at the moment, They will therefore disregard incorrect terms or truths. Now, I am going to leave 2 links in the description box, one for a TED Talk with Randi, and another to Penn Teller's first episode of Bullshit, if you'd like to learn more. Now, I'm going to skip ahead a bit, or else we will be here all day. Plus, I really want to show you some of the more stupider parts of this video.
Imagine this scenario. There's a bully in a playground who's looking for someone to beat on. There's kids playing sports, kids skipping rope, kids on the swings, and then off to the side there's one boy sitting in the grass watching the rest of everyone play. He doesn't feel like anyone else will want to play with him, so he sits apart from the group. The bully instantly knows where to go, and the circle of hurting begins. See, it's through the feeling of being vulnerable that you become vulnerable in the physical. If the boy had walked outside for recess and told himself, I can fit in, he would probably be playing sports right now.
Actually, no. He would still be bullied. And yes, I am speaking with some experience here. You see, when I was growing up, I used to be a victim of bullying. And it didn't matter if I tried to play sports or tried to fit in, I'd still get bullied. And it has nothing to do with someone's feelings and emotions. And that you would pick on the victim here and tell him that it is his fault for being bullied. I mean, fucking A, man. Fucking A.
This applies to the bully as well. He didn't have anyone else to play with, probably because of some insecurity, mental, that led him to need to hurt others. He thinks he's doing good for himself by hurting the boy, except he's really just hurting himself long term. You can look into society and see a vast amount of evidence to support it too. The people who are most successful are those who talk most of success.
Now, I wouldn't call Donald Trump a true success though, but hey, whatever.
Those who speak most of illness have it. Yes, illness is also a creation of yours.
Wait. What? I mean, what?
If you have a low immune system, it's because of you. Typically, we like to blame things on the virus going around or our own immune systems, but the way that we become susceptible to them is from inside, whether that there's some ongoing negative energy or some bad feeling that we allow into ourselves. We can heal ourselves also, but I'm going to save healing for another video.
And I can't wait to tackle that one too. And again with it's your fault argument. I mean, honestly, we know the reason we get sick, and it's because of our immune system, good or bad, that is working to prevent further spreading of, for an example, a virus or a bacteria, or because something that is toxic to our bodies reacts to our tissue, that is leading to symptoms. It does not have anything to do with negative energy, whatever fuck you mean by that.
There's only one thing that becomes apparent from this understanding. You create your own reality. We are 100% responsible for the situations that we find ourselves in, the things that happen to us, good and bad.
This one hits once again pretty close to home for me. You see, I was born with high-functioning autism. Jordan, are you honest to God saying that it's my fault for having it? I mean, would you say the same for someone with Down syndrome or someone who was born with HIV or AIDS? Because if so, then you're a fucking horrible human being.
Throughout history, we've always played the blame game. It's his fault I didn't get the promotion. It's her fault I couldn't go to the game. It's everyone else's fault I'm so depressed. Whatever it is, and this may be the hardest thing to truly get, it's your fault. Your happiness, your sadness, your fears and your fortunes, every single experience of your life on Earth was because of you.
Remember this statement, folks. It's going to bite him in the ass pretty soon.
Remember, just as you are creating your own individual reality, we are all co-creating our realities as a collective. We are one species, and as a species we are creating the realities that we are experiencing together.
Yeah, nice words and all. However, I do find it pretty ironic, since it comes from someone who thinks that you suffer from space and Native Americans used to be aquatic. And I am so not kidding. Jordan actually believes that, and he will bring it up in his future videos.
One common argument I hear is, what about starving kids in Africa? How are they creating their starving reality? I would respond to that the Western way of life is not really allowing for everyone on the planet to live in the same abundance that the Westerners are, is it?
Remember this, Jordan?
Throughout history, we've always played the blame game. It's his fault I didn't get the promotion. It's her fault I couldn't go to the game. It's everyone else's fault I'm so depressed. Whatever it is, and this may be the hardest thing to truly get, it's your fault. Your happiness, your sadness, your fears and your fortunes, every single experience of your life on Earth was because of you.
Told you that it was coming back to bite you in the ass.
We haven't been sharing with our brothers and sisters around the planet. But again, That's us as a collective creating the reality that we experience around the planet. This applies through all levels. As a family, you create your reality, and your actions will change what the family experiences. Because of this, and because we are not in tune with ourselves, it may often seem that sometimes we don't have complete control over what it is we experience.
Not in tune? Yes, what the hell are you blabbering on about? You know what? Fuck it. I mean, it's not like it could get any worse, right?
I want to bring up one more thing before I run out of time. There was a scientist in Japan a few years back who made an incredible discovery, but one that also went largely unnoticed and recognized by the global scientific community. Dr. Masaru Emoto discovered that by putting words on a side of a glass of water and freezing the water, you could change how the water would freeze into crystals.
I was wrong. It can get so much worse.
On a jar that said, "I love you," this is how the water crystal froze. On a jar that said, "You make me sick, I want to kill you," it froze like this. If thoughts can do that to water, just imagine what thoughts can do to us.
Masaru Emoto is not a licensed doctor of any type of science at all. He got his degree at the Open International University for Alternative Medicine in India in 1992. And this is a school founded on the belief of pseudoscience, not actual science. And the degree they hand out can be bought for about $500. In other words, he does not have a real PhD. And under controlled conditions, he is unable to reproduce the same results. And he has been asked by James Randi to prove his claims, but he has yet to answer. So, to put it as simply and kindly as I can, Jordan, he is an absolute fraud and a charlatan.
Well, looks like I'm about out of time for today. Before I go, I want to leave you with words to sit on. For anyone who is looking for direction right now. You can have, do, or be anything you want. Namaste. Thanks for listening.
Now, I know what some of you might say. MichaelmyersTX, that wasn't so bad. I mean, sure, he got it pretty wrong in a few places in the video, but this is hardly the stupidest thing I ever heard from a YouTuber before. To you, all I can say is, it will get worse from here on out. This was one of the less stupid videos Jordan has made. Just wait and see. It's all downhill from here, folks. But for now, thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Oh, and Jordan, be seeing you.